Hi everyone, this is your Sifu at Teenager and Teenage Dragon Taoism channel. Today, let's talk about exorcism, which is 驅邪 in Cantonese. So people have been asking me about this topic, and it's time to take a look at that in the professional way. So a lot of people are afraid of the word exorcism because it seems like whenever you have to be the one being exorcised, you will be like getting out of control. You get into seizure, screaming, flying around the room, whatever, like all the crazy things that will happen to you. And you're like all twisted and like cannot move, right? Yeah, the Western religion, version of exorcism usually always like it's kind of like a torture to the victim in the center, being worked on by a bunch of people swamping into it, and it's just so crappy. Okay, real exorcism is not like that, at least in my experience, right? I am like a Taoist master, and I'm specialized in magic battle, exorcism, this kind of thing for quite a long time. So I have to tell you that it never gets to that point where the person that needs to be exorcised is out of control and screaming and possessed and all that. Okay, so when you go to a person and their exorcism is like that, you better get the hell out of there. Okay, it is not right. It's because the person dealing with that evil is powerless. Like you can't even beat the X out of that thing, and that's why it can act like that and screw you over. So that means you already lost the battle. You don't even need to fight. Okay? You have no power to overpower the thing, and you are not going to win. So most of the time, these cases end up being suppressed deeper into the person, and eventually the problem just comes up again in another time. So in the Taoism world, the Taoism industry, there are also a lot of really weird master out there with exorcism that is like really making no sense. Yesterday, I heard one from a Maoshan master, Maoshan sect. It was really BS. So, yeah, the thing is like this. There's the client, okay, of this master. And the client said, I have a ghost following me, talking to me, and sometimes it just tick over me, and I don't know what to do. And somehow this master was telling her, oh, you know what? This ghost is like too powerful. It's like normal God cannot deal with it. Normal God. I don't know what he mean by normal God, but it seems like his God cannot deal with it, he said. Okay? So he said, I'll write you a few Fu talisman, and you take those Fu talisman, okay? And then you go to this place. There's a Gunyam temple, a temple that worship the Gunyam. And then somehow it's like, this guy's Maoshan, okay, he's like Taoism. And then somehow he suggested her to go to a Buddhist temple. Whew, that drives me mad. Like, why? Anyway, so he said, you need a higher level God to deal with it, and somehow to him, a higher level means Buddhism. Make no sense. Anyway, so he told him, take my Fu, go to take the Maoshan sect Fu, go to the Buddhist temple, right? And then do a divination. And if the God agree, then you can take the Fu, circle over the incense pot, and, get the power from there. And then you burn one and drink one. The guy, okay, so the victim did it. And the victim basically said, oh, wow, after that time, I'm like kind of fine. Okay, wait. After a few months, the person called this master again, and the master is like, hey, how are you doing? Long time no see. Do you get the ghost problem? And she's like, oh, since then, the ghost problem is gone. I never feel anything. And just at that moment, suddenly the possession kicked in, and then the ghost started talking to the master. And the ghost is like, "Oh, I just like you too much, so I just jam in and have to say hello." What? And then the ghost, anyway, it's ridiculous. And then the ghost was saying, "Oh, because that time I had an agreement with the gunyam there that I'm like not going to possess her, but I'll just stick around her to cultivate. And so I'm not going to bother her, but I just heard your voice and I'm like too excited to like talk to you. So that's why I just, break the rule and come up again." Okay, guys, you see how many BS these master can give you, right? It is a story told by the master. Okay, the master was like showing off his experience. I was like, what? Okay, real exorcism should not even be like that. If your sect, the god of your sect, cannot deal with this so-called ghost, okay, your sect is useless. Okay, you don't have that power. Why are you still in business? You should find a new master instead, right? It's crazy. And there's like this weird stuff that like in Asian culture, people sometimes believe Buddhism is kind of like above Taoism. I don't know why they look up to Buddhism so much, but it's not even the case. Like you go to a Buddhist temple, they don't even do exorcism. Like they don't do that stuff. They don't have that knowledge. They don't do it. Okay. You go to a Taoist for exorcism, the Taoist can help you. And it's supposed to be all done by the Taoist and his own sect power. It could be done like that. But there are just so many weirds out there who claim to be a master and with like all kinds of weird excuses. So yeah. How should exorcism be? Well, exorcism is never going to get you into making deal, negotiation, contracts, agreement with the evil thing. You go in, you kick the evil out. If the evil is not going, you kill it and case closed. Okay? It's only a battle between you and the evil thing. And the evil thing have only two choices. One, leave. Two, die. Okay? And like what we mean by die is usually you capture that thing and you put it into the prison of your sect. And basically you hold it in there and just like lock it in a place where it cannot escape and do anything to anyone. Okay. And so eventually if the thing get neutralized, okay, good. If it doesn't, you kill it. Okay. If your sect don't have the power to kill these things, then it's not a sect that is qualified to do exorcism. Basically, just like that. Like police, you don't have the power to like boom someone. You can't do your job. Your job need that power. There we go. See you in the next one.